On the battlefield, I'm a warrior, ready to kill or be killed. I've defeated orcs from the north, sent Kandorian demon spawns back to the depths, and drank with Cimmerian heroes. But when I get back from a hard day of disemboweling my enemies, I enjoy nothing more than to open my castle doors and find a dungeon crate as my reward for blood well spilled. Designed for role players and tabletop gamers, Dungeon Crate is a monthly subscription box service with a treasure hoard of loot you can use on or off the battlefield. Miniatures, dice, tokens, coins, maps, modules, terrain pieces, handcrafted items, RPG jewelry, and more are yours for only a few gold per month. You even get a digital crate along with a physical one as an added bonus. So what say you? Are you ready for postal glory? Oh boy. DungeonCrate.com. Let the adventure begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Comic Clowns Podcast. This is War Chief Bruce Hoover.
Mark the Dwarf Kokiatric.
Christian Voice of Vasquez.
And Kyle Darth Cooch Cookenbecker. Way to fuck up your name, bruh.
I know.
No, actually, I didn't screw that up. I've been thinking about how to say that for quite some time, and I thought, you know what, a switch up sounds nice. I like it.
No, it was terrible.
No,
terrible.
Yep. I don't give a shit what you people say.
Well, fuck you too, then, bitch.
Storm out?
Yeah, by
Storm out?
Yeah,
Storm out.
Storm
Storm
out.
out.
Storm out.
No? No? Okay.
I'm too late.
Fuck you guys, too.
I took my headphones off with you.
All right, everyone taking off their headphones. We done here? We done?
Probably not.
How's everybody
Well, if
doing
we're done
tonight?
here, are we leaving?
How's everybody doing?
Good. I'm doing well.
I'm doing all right myself.
Trying not to get a head cold, you know.
Oh, that's
fine.
that's not going to happen. Once again, this is a Comic Clowns Podcast. You know, we're your one-stop shop for everything nerdy, geeky, somewhat pop culture, depending what Kyle's read through his news articles today. Wrestling, if you want us to talk wrestling, we'll do that as well. I mean, good times.
We don't have the time for that.
We don't, but it could be fun, though. Could be fun if we tried it. Want to thank Dungeon Crate for sponsoring us, and you can find our inside of our Twitch page, which we are currently streaming on as well, if you guys got a chance to go watch that. We're live while we're doing this. You could find our code, which is COMICCLOWNSDC. That's Dungeon Crate, not Detective Comics. Just getting that out of the way. Got to remind everyone of that one. Jeez. And Mid-Coast Connection for the music that they provided us. They're going to be providing us some more stuff in the future. And Adam Blackwell, I might as well throw him out there for the awesome graphics and everything. On our Twitch page, we're going to be getting some new emoticons, because when you become a subscriber, you get your own subscriber emoticons. He's going to be making us a couple ones. He's never done it before, but he's like, oh, it's just same thing, but like smaller. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, nice.
You just need 3 of the same thing. Like in 3, like 25 by 25, 35 by 35, and like 50 by 50. And he's like, oh, I could, that's nothing. I could do that. I'm like,
Alrighty.
awesome. This week we were going to talk Justice League. That'll be the later half of the cast. That's going to be like a meh moment. But go ahead really quick. Kyle had approached us originally because he had a comment, and he approached us with an idea of something he wanted to rant about. And you know what?
Yes.
It's something we've all seen, but apparently a new game that Kyle's playing is like taking it like 3 steps up.
At minimum 3 steps.
Yes, because I mean, I think Naruto Ultimate Ninja, and it's like worse than that. Wow. Okay. Apparently, I forgot to turn that off.
That's cool. Let it play.
I don't know who it was because I don't have that on this screen. But thank you for whoever followed us on Twitch. That's awesome. That's awesome. Or it could be a subscribe. I really don't know until
That's fine.
going. Kyle, go ahead. Let me know what you see, or what your problem is.
All right, so most of you won't believe it, but see. So Naruto Ninja Storm 2 was by far the most annoying game I've ever played and or seen played.
I remember
because
you saying
Naruto would say, believe it, about once every 2 to 3 minutes. I have now trumped this.
Is this
Really?
You're talking about the story mode or the actual fighting portion of the character?
The one that played it more.
Oh, jeez. It would be. Wait, what was your question?
No,
Sorry, I found out who followed us. I was curious.
Is it from the story mode or is it from the fight?
Oh,
itself?
totally the story mode.
So every 3 minutes.
Every time you started up, every time you did a fight, he would say it. He'd stay at the beginning, and then he would say, "Believe it," just before the fight. As soon as the fight was over, "Wow, Naruto, you're strong. I'm gonna become Hokage. Believe it." Oh God. Kyle was sitting in Virginia with me, like literally going, "There's." Like he was twitching in a chair next to me the whole time.
Almost frothing at the
God.
mouth.
It was great.
Oh God.
But now I have it beat.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
And what game
So-
would this be?
Xenoblade Chronicles 2 just dropped Friday, so 2 days ago.
All
Okay.
right.
Yep.
I'm going to preface this with phenomenal game. Looks beautiful. There's the attacks, or the battle system is really in depth, really fun. And there's just a lot of stuff you can do. There's supposedly like 100 hours worth of gameplay in this game.
Okay.
So it's for the Switch, which also made me want to get it because it's another Switch title. I haven't been able to use my Switch that much, so great. I'm going to pick this up.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
And then they started talking
Oh no. Wait, Japanese or English?
English.
English. Okay.
But first, they have little characters that are basically the Jar Jar Binks of this world, and those people are annoying.
Oh,
Oh
Lord.
jeez. Okay.
But then when you go into a fight, because it's a JRPG, so open world, you basically pick every battle you want,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is every 2 to 3 seconds, depending on how long the fight takes you.
Okay.
But they say something the second you start a fight. Every swing of their sword, not just a special move.
Not just, yeah. Huh,
No,
huh. No.
They say something.
Oh.
What? Okay. Is it repetitive, like
Yes.
the same thing over and
Yes.
over again?
It's not a different line.
It's the same.
It's
thing.
the same thing over and over and over.
What would this line be exactly?
Yeah.
You think you can beat me? Take this. Take this. You think you can beat me?
Over and over again?
And that's from one of the bad guys.
Oh, that's
Oh, geez.
horrible.
That's worse than having to watch the cutscene after you lose to a boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna play this game, mute it.
Okay.
You're
Sounds like a
gonna
good
lose
idea.
out on the storyline because, well, cutscenes are. Well, you can turn it back on for cutscenes. Most of them last 15 minutes anyway.
Well, if you're playing,
50 fucking minute cuts.
no,
Yes.
oh, is it a Square game?
Monolith.
Ooh, it could be just as bad. But I'm gonna say honestly, here, if you're playing some of these like Xenoblades and Xenogear sagas, you're probably a weeaboo who's used to reading subtitles anyways. So just turn those on. You should be just fine.
Might as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say might as well, right?
I mean, can anybody else think of like any other games are just as bad? Like we played we played Grandia 3, which we're gonna try to start speedrunning on this channel at some point. We every time you had to do a move to stop like cancel attacks. It's like people were start attacking, so you had to cancel their moves. But to do that, you had to use like one move that did it, and it would be like the same move every time that you could only use. So you'd have to do that like 10 or 20 times, like a fight. So you'd hear the same thing over and over and over and over again.
Fox, do a barrel roll.
We never got annoyed with that though.
Oh no! To the point. We started mocking it though. Absolute zero. Oh jeez. that one was, but that was a great move. Like I always found out how to try and figure out how you guys speedrun games like that have like like you're trying to use Knights of the Round in Final Fantasy VII. Like you're not speedrunning if you're using that move. That's like a minute and a half in its own right there. You just wasted all of your time.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out how we're actually going to do that on Grandia 3 if we can't use Absolute Zero or Meteor Strike.
Yeah, I don't remember. I never got that far into watching the others.
We're gonna have to do that at some point. But yes, I mean, so your question was, do developers actually think this through?
Yeah,
Do they
'cause-
care?
This is if you can't mute your TV for people that need to have surrounded music to get into a game. This is enough for you to stop playing this game.
Oof.
It really is that bad.
Like Black Clover bad.
Yes.
Just-
Yes, it is. It is that bad because these people have the worst British accents.
Oh.
Like you can tell, it's like an Australian trying to do an American's British accent.
Oh God. Oh God.
It's just that bad.
Oh my goodness.
How you doing, mate?
oh, jeez, that's got to be horrible.
But the game is so good.
I mean, I bet it is. Like, I've never had a complaint about a Xenogear or Xenosaga game. It's like those are usually really good, in-depth fighting styles are pretty fun.
Yeah, they're fun games, but I'm just kind
Why
of
would the devs do that?
yeah. I don't know.
Why would
That's a
the
great
beta
question.
testers allow that to go through?
Oh, beta testers usually have Pandora going on in the background. They ain't
Yeah.
listening. And by the time they go, hey, this is probably getting on someone's nerves, I'm like, yes, but by that time, we already have their money.
But yes, returns, they get refunded their money.
You know what? Maybe there'll be a DLC to remove it.
There won't be. It's Nintendo. There's not. If this was a PS4 or Xbox, that might be.
Most
but
likely then.
There's not much for the Switch in that realm.
That's all
A
right.
DLC for additional voice lines.
Activate voice block, $9.99. Oh, God.
I would pay that.
EA is now watching our stream. You don't say.
No. Bad EA. Do not look at us.
We own it. We came up with the idea.
Hey, trust me, I've had thoughts of that for a long time now. So
That's my intellectual property.
my intellectual property. Wait, Chris knows words. Those were really big.
I know.
Uh-oh.
Chris, you don't have intellectual property. For that, you would have to be intellectual.
Ooh, and the love is there.
I know. I felt it. It felt like a really cold.
It was the cold shoulder right there. Yeah, no, but Chris the Brad apparently just followed us on here, and I don't know who that is, but thank you, guy, whoever you are.
Yes, thank you.
You're the MVP. You're the real MVP. So this is already a successful idea to live stream these.
Yes, I agree.
So let's go on to what we wanted to talk about originally, and that is Kyle's T-shirt.
That's why I wore the shirt.
Yeah, that's why I stuck my Batman on. 3 out of 4 made an appearance in this in what we're going to talk about.
Well, there was a
Green
lantern.
There was a lantern, and then he appropriately got bitch slapped. Oh, by the way,
what
if we haven't
lanterns do.
time out, if you have not gone and seen Justice League, I recommend doing 2 things. One, either stop this cast and go watch it if you're listening to it, but if you're watching it live, just stop. Spoiler alert. Just totally.
Oh yeah.
No, don't stop. Mute us.
There we go.
Walk away.
If you're gonna watch this video later, spoiler alert. And then I'm gonna actually start putting titles of what we're talking about on here. I didn't do that this time, and that's on me. So, who wants to start us off here? Because I just want to give the premise of the movie, and then I want to break it down step by step on what annoys us. So don't just give me the idea of the film. Mark, you want to do it?
Yeah, sure, I can do that. Did you say just the premise of the film?
Yes. What was Justice League about?
It was about famous superheroes working together to stop a greater evil.
Wow, that was a really good premise.
Good talk, guys. Good talk.
Why were they getting together?
Oh, I'm sorry. We need to get into specifics now. It gets down to the point where I guess things start to affect certain superheroes' specific worlds on Earth. What was the mother boxes, right? The mother... Was that what they're called?
Yes, there was 3 boxes.
3 boxes.
Which is weird.
The mother boxes. I think that's what they're called. Wonder Woman's... The mascara had one, so they were affected
The
by...
mascara?
That's what I heard.
Mascara, yeah.
The mascara.
The mascara, yeah.
Not the mascara.
However you pronounce
God, such a what?
I would have just said Amazonia.
Such a feminist movement, and now she's down to a makeup.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Dwarves
I
have no
mispronounced-
respect.
I'm sorry. I mispronounced the freaking name.
You don't understand. Now that you mispronounce it, anything you say after this, completely null and void.
Yep.
You don't know what you're talking about anymore.
So on the mascara, doing it on purpose now. So yes, the greater evil invaded, took that box away. Deanna gets involved because she saw the signal in the Athena.
What was that?
Deanna?
Diana.
There we go.
Diana. Sorry, I am bad with names today, I guess.
Diana. What's that? Diana.
Wonder Woman.
There we go.
Wonder Woman. The invasion signal in Athens went up, so she knew that invasion was coming. So she
The
went.
beacons of Gondor were lit.
Yes, the beacons of Gondor. Gondor seeks aid.
Gundor. Now you're doing it on
Gondor
purpose.
seeks aid.
I said Gondor.
Oh, I heard Gundor. I'm like, Gundams?
Gondor seeks aid. So she goes to Bruce because Bruce was the one that was trying to get.
He gets that one right though.
He was trying to get a team of metahumans together to assist him to protect Earth from any form of invasion, whatever it may be, magical, alien. I don't know at that point.
All right, so basically there was the bad guy who wanted the thing, wanted the three things to do the thing, so the superheroes had to get the things together to make sure he didn't get the thing, to resurrect the thing that would stop the thing.
Yes.
Didn't Bruce do a thing in this
So
movie, too?
yeah, and Bruce keeps doing. So Bruce,
Not metal.
So Batman keeps doing the thing.
Batman really didn't do the thing in this one.
No, he was definitely just being like an asshole.
Yeah, it was just an asshole. So that's pretty much what happened. It was Bruce Wayne who was trying to look for these metahumans to bring them together to stop something from happening, but Wonder Woman comes in and says something has just happened. So now it's more apparent for him to find them, to have them team up together to stop the thing.
Gotcha.
The thing being Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf. He's completely okay to forget.
Paragon of Darkseid.
Yeah.
Yeah, Parademon of
that-
Darkseid. You could just forget that.
Was that it? Was
Effectively, that was it.
Okay,
More or
cool.
less.
Yes, that was effectively it, with jokes in between, which I think were hilarious for that. I know there's gonna be people who are listening who don't find it as funny, but you know what?
We don't.
them.
I mean, we don't call ourselves clowns for nothing, right?
I mean, have them clowning around, having some fun here. So I want to run down everybody here. So we start off with Bruce Wayne. All right, we got Batman.
Yep, Batman.
Batman on this is guilt stricken for effectively killing Superman,
shouldn't.
which in reality. He didn't.
Yeah, he didn't.
So I'm so confused on like why he's mad. It's like, oh, you brought but if I didn't bring the Kryptonite Spear, if you didn't bring the Kryptonite Spear, you wouldn't have stopped Doomsday. So let's just go ahead and say, good on you for forward planning. So I'm not really.
Plot devices.
I know you kind of needed it, you know. Like I don't understand why he was mad about that. I mean, pretty sure if they just went up to Doomsday and went, Martha, Doomsday would have shut down. So you got Batman, guilt stricken, needs a team. Diana doing her thing in, just fighting crime here and there.
She lives in Paris, right?
With the most, what is it like?
Yes.
Like she has like no glass. She doesn't even have glasses on at this point, and like everyone doesn't know it's her. Like no one recognizes her as like this person.
Apparently, that tiara makes a really good disguise.
She went into hiding. They said it. She's been gone for 100 years.
But she just came back, saved a town, stopped a bunch of people from being blown up, and then went right back to work.
Yeah, but that was over in Gotham and Metropolis area. She's over in like Paris.
Do you know how many reporters are in Metropolis? We could have found out.
Yeah, there was none that had pictures of her.
Oh, they could have gotten the pictures.
No, Lois is too.
Would you really trust the Daily Planet
Guilt-stricken.
anyways?
Yeah,
No, because J. Jonah Jameson isn't there. Fuck Perry White.
he
Great Bay Spider-Man. I'm sorry.
Wait, he was there. He's just undercover as Jim
Jim
Gordon.
Gordon.
So effectively, we got Diana, who's who's just doing her thing, who's still not over Steve Trevor, apparently. So she's still hiding from the world. Apparently, she let World War II, Vietnam, and Korea just go on by.
And Iraq and Afghanistan.
Yeah, she's just letting all of this crap just happen. Yeah.
So her first boyfriend dies, and she was just like, I'm so distraught. How many years was that?
That sounds like teenage angst right there.
All right, so let's move over to Cyborg. Now, Cyborg is supposed to be created with a mother box in his system. All storylines have led to that point. That was something that's now he's holding the mother box in his hand.
Which is weird.
I don't understand why.
Because I seriously thought that when they were searching for the mother box,
It was going to be him.
I thought it was going to be him because that was what that's why I
That
led
would
to
make
believe,
sense.
because it makes sense, right?
Not him carrying it around in a box. I
Yeah.
didn't understand that one.
Was the energy just used for it then?
I get yes. The energy was used for him to put like
Tesseract siphoning.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they siphoned it of the power to help him live because of an accident that happened for Darkseid. I guess it was a car accident or something. They said an accident happened.
I mean, in the comics, it was a car accident that killed his mother and
correct.
Yeah, because
had him in a vegetative coma that he couldn't be brought back from.
Yes, and I agree with that. But how on earth did Victor Silas Stone get all that crap out of Star Labs without being caught?
Because it's Star Labs.
Yeah.
I like that response. It's Star
It's
Labs.
Star Labs. That is some horrible security.
Yeah, it
Yes.
has been for the past 70 years.
People just walk right in and take stuff all the time.
They really seem to do that. I mean, it just did Flash go get it for him?
It's like saying, how did Joker get out of Arkham?
Good. That's a revolving door of evil. But
So is Star Labs.
But like, why Cyborg though? Let's break that down to its nearest thing. Everyone else in this movie so far makes sense why they're there. Originating cast members of the Justice League, except for we're missing a Green Lantern, and it's usually the Green Lantern. The man, the myth, the legend, will incarnate, the one to stop Parallax, to overcome the yellow, stupid weakness that he has, Hal Jordan.
The first
Green Lantern.
Earth
Green Lantern. Why are we having Cyborg? Why didn't we just bring him in?
If anything, I guess if it comes down to it, I guess they needed a token black superhero in this movie to make it.
John Stewart.
John Stewart would have been a great pick because it's a Green Lantern.
I would like to believe they've done their source material research, with the exception of removing said mother box from him.
Correct.
It makes sense with doing the whole mother boxes that Cyborg is in this movie.
Correct. War helps that. I agree with that.
That does make sense, but
With that being said, with them taking it out of him,
Why not John Stewart? Why didn't we do something intergalactic? Who would have heard of Darkseid? Possibly heard of Darkseid.
or the Martian Manhunter who practically disguises himself as
no, that's way too out there.
John Jones.
Oh
That's
no,
way
we
too
can't.
out
We
How's
can't.
that way too out there?
We can't do John Stewart.
We can't do a shape-shifting green Martian,
That's
The world's not ready
the
for
world
it.
is not ready for it.
but a talking raccoon with a tree as a friend.
You got it.
Yep. It's too out there. But like, my only response to that, and I said it in my last cast, is Black Panther.
Okay.
I mean, I hate to say it that way, but if you could have done this with the original starting cast, and I don't want to say it's like horrible. I mean, I liked Cyborg in this film. I liked watching him going from a recluse machine to a outgoing booyah saying person because you needed that catchphrase.
I guess another theory you could have gone with was the fact that since he is connected to the motherboard, they needed a character storyline that could explain in more detail about what's going on with this type of invasion.
Diana did a fantastic job of that.
I was gonna say Diana did like the job. I was like, wow, okay.
Aquaman did a fantastic job of explaining that.
So yeah, so why
The two races that. By the way, did anyone else get the Lord of the Rings feel on this one?
Yes.
It's like we gave one to the Atlanteans. We gave one who put it behind bars and kept it taken care of. Oh, Sasquatch poop flinger. Good to meet you. They took it and they went like with the Atlanteans. They guarded it. The Themyscirians, they put it behind somewhere no one could get to it. Humans, we buried it. It's just sitting in Russia somewhere.
Because apparently we could trust ourselves.
Humans are just horrible.
I was waiting for the mother box to cause Chernobyl, to be honest.
I thought it did cause Chernobyl.
You know what?
or
I
less.
think it did. It might have caused Chernobyl.
But the Lord of the Rings reference, I'm pretty sure I made to you while we were watching it.
You did. He totally made that Lord of the Rings reference. I was like, you're right. That's exactly what's going on here. Gave one to the dwarves, the elves, and man.
Yeah.
Man did not succeed.
Man never succeeds.
The elves.
Though, in our
Steve
defense,
Hannon, thank you for the help. That's who it was.
though, man was the last one that was found.
Yep,
You're right.
That's
yes.
true.
Because how do you hide something? Let's bury it and then not remember where we put it. Instead of putting an actual giant temple shrine to pretty much to say, hey, it's practically in there. Just saying.
Well, we also had the better Guardians, I think. So let's move over to Flash, who was not Barry Allen. We'll just get that out of the way.
Yes.
Wasn't Wally West, wasn't Bart Allen.
I will argue that. He was a younger Barry Allen, or Wally West, excuse me, mixed with Beast Boy.
I will say it's Beast Boy with the Speed Force that can't do shape-shifting.
No,
No.
I'm still thinking.
No.
I'm still thinking Beast Boy.
I am agreeing with you. He was more of a Garfield.
He's more Garfield. There's no Wally in there whatsoever.
there was Wally.
No.
That was definitely Wally.
no Wally whatsoever.
Young Wally there was.
No Wally whatsoever.
I think young Wally on that one.
That's Garfield with the Speed Force and not his shape-shifting abilities.
I think they just did a fusion dance and that was it. Someone in Dragon Balls, they have
If
Patora
it was
earrings
a real
on.
fusion dance, he would have been a green Flash.
Earrings. But okay, so hold on. I understand why they wrote the Flash the way they did. I understand it. It makes perfect sense.
For the comic relief. And,
Well, you
young
had
kid,
you had
right?
to have the humanistic aspect of this whole situation. Batman is far from being a human as a human gets at this point.
Okay.
Without powers, he is so far drawn out from humanity that it doesn't matter. Diana has been gone for like hundreds of years at this point. Aquaman is just a drunk fish. Okay, Cyborg has given up, and he's mostly alien technology. But we needed something that was just an experimental project gone wrong with all of his human parts still. What I don't understand out of his responses was the brunch comment. You stand in line to get more food. You're a person who admitted that your metabolism requires you to eat all the time. Brunch and dinner seem like they're right on your your radar.
You know, to be perfectly honest, I was really expecting a line like, "Well, what about breakfast? You already had it." Yes, but what about second breakfast?
Because they can't rip off too much of Lord of the Rings.
I know.
There's no way Bruce Wayne would have let him get in that car
With the pizza
with
he was
pizza.
holding? That's what I thought
There's
too.
no way in hell.
No, Bruce Wayne would have. Why? Alfred.
No. Jeremy Irons would not have any of that.
He would have cleaned it, and you know it.
Jeremy Irons would have beat the living shit out of Barry Allen. Especially that Barry
But here's the
Allen.
kicker. It's just like, oh,
They just push people.
it's like, I need you to go find, knowing how fast the kid is, why didn't you just go, okay, I'm going to drive back to my thing, find stately Wayne Manor, and just
I know,
run
just have
there.
him
I'll
run
meet you there.
You're right. Just have him run there. I guess he was just trying to be polite.
I mean, you knew none of that pizza was getting
Batman, polite.
Not really.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I guess he was trying to be polite. I don't know why. Kind of out of character for him, but
But yeah, Steve, I know you're typing to us on Twitch. I'll come back and I'll talk to you in a bit about whatever you're saying after we drop the cast, because this is going out on our podcast. But to me, it was like, okay, I see what you're doing. He's the comedy relief, and you know what?
Yes,
His
he's comedy
humor
relief.
to me, it brought to what was an overly dark and very serious thing that it went from, like, he brought the teenage humor that Aquaman wasn't bringing. Aquaman was bringing like the adult funny humor.
Yeah, I agree.
And he was bringing in like the I'm trying to start being a superhero. All I do is push people and I run away. I'm like, you know what? Before Flash knew he could throw lightning, really? That's all the Flash did.
was put
And he pushed people.
Yep.
I run really fast and I push people and I run away. I'm like, I'll take it. And you know what? And then that was my favorite mentoring scene so far in any superhero movie. Right there was that moment. Save one person. What? Save one person and then leave. Then you are free to go. Then you can go wherever you want. Save one person, though. And then he did. And he saved one person. And he realized, I can do more.
That was easy.
That was simple. And if that's all they need me to do is save people, then I can do this up and down. And he did it. And I'm like, that was the most humanistic Bruce Wayne. He misses his Robins.
I will.
Well, Jason got killed.
Jason got killed. Tim's doing something.
I will admit, I did.
Nightwing
I
somewhere?
did like that part that they
Hasn't
made him
been
more of
casted
a
yet.
human character to relate to, with superpowers. It just was not the Flash.
You can't call him Barry Allen.
Allen.
I
Yeah,
understand that.
That's like our whole argument with Thor. Don't call it Ragnarok.
No, I get it.
Call it.
Don't
he's
call
not
him
Barry
Barry.
Allen.
I get it. I agree with you. He's not really. He's not. To me, he's not. They rewrote the Barry Allen saga to make him an. They made it where he was. I think he got the powers when he was younger, and so when he was meeting people, it was very hard for him to slow down reality for him. And you know what?
Right.
I can take that. You know what? I'll accept it. I don't accept him as a comic book Barry Allen. I won't do it. I will accept him as a retcon Barry Allen, because none of these people were as who they're supposed to be.
You're
Look
right,
at
you're
Aquaman.
right, you're right.
Aquaman.
Way more badass.
Yes, but not really. Aquaman was funny in this, but blonde hair, blue eyed Arthur made Superman his bitch. Let's not forget that. Okay,
Yeah.
he reminded Superman at that moment that I am a king. Good, you're an alien. Fantastic. I'm a king for a reason, and whooped the crap out of Superman.
That's true. Yeah.
And he fought him head to head. Not Injustice 2, not Injustice Superman, who was pulling no punches at that point, who picked up Atlantis and dropped it in the Sahara. But Arthur did this. But why, if that's the case, did they feel the need to change from the blonde hair, blue eye, whales, Aquaman, to the Hawaiian Jason Momoa. Now, I'm not saying he did a bad job. I enjoyed him. I enjoyed him as because he still had the drunken Arthur aspect, which was what in New 52 and Justice League Throne of Atlantis he was doing.
I mean, he had like ice tips. Blonde in his hair, kind of. I mean, it's not really. I mean, I get what you're saying. It's not really blonde, but. Oh, Kyle has a question. Kyle,
Have you seen the man without his shirt?
Yeah, and we're done here. And I mean, I get it, but there's still like blonde hair, blue eyed people that could do that, and that was my thing
But
of the
he has
diversity.
a known name. People love him already.
Nope, not after what he did at Comic-Con in 2011. They don't.
They still do. That's like that's like 5,000 people.
I know, right? It was hilarious.
What he made a joke about rape.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Let's not condone. I don't condone
No.
what he said. I condone the fact that it came out 7 years later or 6 years later, and people are mad about it.
That comment.
But we're not here to talk about that. But I was just making a joke.
I got you.
But the point is, I get it what you're doing, but like, why? Why couldn't you? If you're gonna,
Here's my question for something he said in this movie.
Shoot.
Why do you put this in here? When he's sitting on the lasso of truth.
okay,
Wonder Woman had the entire paragon of feminism, woman's revolution behind her, and then they break her down to be, you're just really hot.
okay, he's being sexist. There's a difference.
Yes, but
He's like,
this
but-
movie did nothing for Wonder Woman.
Oh, this movie did shit for her.
It
No.
basically was a step back
But
from
you-
what she had already done.
But here's the thing about that I liked about that scene. What I did love about that scene was that very moment that they took Batman and they put him on a pedestal, and a better pedestal than they actually said. Because you got to remember, Aquaman, king of abandoned king of Atlantis. He says he's supposed to be the king. They Mira brought it up, looked over at Batman and said, "You've got no powers." The next 2 words is what makes it great. No offense. It's like he's saying you're fantastic even though you don't have them, but your body's going to break down sooner or later.
Yep.
I'm putting you on pedestal with us at this point, if not higher, because you don't have those. I like that respect that man gave him. Because that showed
Completely.
Aquaman's perfect respect for what Bruce Wayne and Batman was doing, as one was doing at that moment. And I like that scene.
I just feel that Wonder Woman line should not have been in
Wonder
there
Woman,
whatsoever.
Wonder Woman thing was just like, her whole, like, she got mad at the Steve Trevor comment.
Yeah,
Like,
that movie was literally at least one step back from where she was after that movie.
oh yeah, they did not do a good job with her in this film. I understand she was trying to be the mentor to Cyborg in this. Like, you want me to be the leader, and I understand what you're doing. Yeah, but you're doing a really shitty job of it. So I'm going to micromanage your leadership job because you're not doing a good job of this. One thing that I didn't like was the Cyborg moment where he
Which
went,
one?
"Oh, yes," where he was like, "I don't know if I can if I integrate with my computer system, I don't know if it's going to pull me away." Okay, what you really wanted to cast there was Jaime Reyes with the Blue Beetle. That's what you really wanted.
That was Jaime
Yeah,
Reyes.
that's what you really wanted because the Blue Beetle was the one that was taking over, not anything else.
Way too far out there.
I know, but the point was the fact that he was like, I don't know if the computer's going to do it. Hey, you know what? If it does, we'll pull you back. And you don't even give us like an inkling that that's going to happen.
No.
Except for the whole like computer language change for 2 seconds. Sorry. And that was it. Like, you didn't have to have him pull him back. You didn't have to do anything with him. And you didn't even like, you kept bringing up that he might be a traitor. He might do this. He might do that. But you never even like, you brought up an entire plot point. You turned Barry Allen and Cyborg into grave robbers, but you couldn't even turn him into a traitor for 2 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't even show that the machine, like, you kept saying the machine was taking over, but you didn't show us
like
that the machine was taking
cannon
over.
blast out of him.
No
shot back,
accident,
right?
except for the accidental candle blast. But that was like my defense systems. No shit, Superman's a terrible threat.
And that was straight out of Jaime Reyes.
Oh, Jaime Reyes?
Yes.
Yeah, that was
That
straight
was Jaime
out of that.
Reyes,
That was
yep.
a Jaime Reyes moment. But it also happened in more when he pulled it up against, Wonder Woman. But Wonder Woman was full on attacking him with a sword.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was like, it wasn't just Superman standing there, Superman was just standing there. He hadn't made a move yet. The whole reason he made a move was because you made the shot. Second question, 5 superheroes. Why the hell did no one pick up the box? Thank you. The head turn. Chris, can you explain that one to me? All 5 of you went after Superman. Barry, at any moment, could have sped off, picked up the box, and brought it back.
I think he shat himself.
I don't even know how they just like watched it go. I don't even think they saw it go flying. I think they just
They watched it go flying. They watched it go shoot out with him.
think they were more concerned about the.
I'm like, Batman showed up late enough to that party where, like, literally he could have went and gotten
I
it.
mean,
Yeah.
Batman could have gotten it, but I think Barry was like kind of like, oh shit moment when he realized that somebody was.
Oh, but that was, I'm talking about,
so close to catching him.
I'm talking about before that moment. Like when Superman was like literally looking at the statues and everything, Barry showed up to that scene before everyone else. He could have picked up the box and came back.
He probably wasn't thinking about it. Teenage angst.
Batman thinks of everything. Barry, get the box. That would have been the whole conversation. And then there's that look on your face. Like it was the confusion. Like I didn't get it either.
Story plot.
I mean plot device.
Plot device.
Plot device, because you got to make Steppenwolf seem somewhat scary.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
By no means.
And that's another thing. Like we move on to Steppenwolf. What's your thoughts on Steppenwolf?
I didn't. Who? I didn't really. Yeah, I didn't feel anything for him. Really, I was just like, oh, okay, just some big dude with an axe.
Honestly, I don't even know who Steppenwolf was to begin with. So
You don't understand who he is now.
my all I know is like, what does he do? Oh, is he a herald of some kind?
Kyle?
Did they even say this was Steppenwolf in the movie?
Yes.
Yes.
Who? 'Cause I don't even remember
Queen,
that.
Aqua, Amara,
Wonder Woman.
every Wonder Woman, even everyone says Steppenwolf. They all said it.
Over and over again, Steppenwolf.
Does he even call himself out?
Yes.
Yeah, he
does.
says, "I am Steppenwolf."
Yes,
Yeah.
he calls it out himself. But here's the thing, and this is because I know you don't care about him, but like, did you know about Steppenwolf prior to this film?
I knew there was a Steppenwolf. I vaguely knew he's a paragon for.
Yeah, he's a general of the
Yeah.
armies and the parademons for Darkseid, who they
Yes.
bring up one time. And it was a for Darkseid moment. Literally, you could ask Kayla. I was literally in my seat when he was going, for Apocalypse, for all this stuff. And I'm like leaning in my chair. I'm like, okay, this is the moment you're supposed to say it for Darkseid. There we go. All right, I'll take it. But that was it.
Yes.
That was the whole
all
conversation.
they said.
They had no.
But was any of the heroes around to hear for Darkseid?
Oh, heavens no. No one was there.
No one was there.
So that's terrible in and of itself.
Correct. That's my other thing. It's like they don't know how to, and I think all comic movies are having a problem with this one. And it's power scaling. You don't understand this. I can run down for you Thanos and his true strength, but people are going to just relate him to like Red Skull and Marith at one point, possibly try to compare him to Hela.
Marith? Malkeith?
Thank you, Malky. Thank you. I know I'm screwing it up. What is it? But like, they're gonna try to compare him in power scale. And I'm like, you don't understand. His 4 heralds that are coming with him, Black Dwarf, Proxima Midnight, Corvus Glaive, and Black Dwarf, are on another level than any other Marvel villain we've seen yet.
Yeah.
And Ebony Maw.
You said Black Dwarf twice.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I
said
did. That's
Black
my
Dwarf
fault.
twice, yeah.
I meant Ebony Maw. Are on like a whole other level all in themselves. But you guys really don't get that yet, and nobody gets that yet. Like I think it's great to watch, and it was in the trailer for Infinity Wars, and like I think this is where all comics are problems. Like you're watching that spear go into Vision's head, and it's like you're like, oh god, why doesn't Vision just like teleport and phase away? I'm like, you know nothing of Corvus Glaive and his weapon, so really, yeah, Vision can't. It cuts atoms. I don't care what you do with your molecules. It cuts atoms.
Yeah.
It's going to hit him whatever he tries to do. He's
Yeah.
going to get that out of his head. But like, you look at Steppenwolf, and you're like, okay, stronger or weaker than Darkseid? Because I really can't tell, or Doomsday, excuse me. I really can't tell at this moment.
I felt no threat from him whatsoever.
They made him look like a little bitch. He got like 2 good swings in and then was on the ropes the rest of the movie.
I found it entertaining. I wish they would have kept the Aquaman fight underwater going a little bit like longer, because at that point it's like you're fighting Aquaman in his home,
Yes.
in his element.
That would have been good.
That would have been fantastic.
I was quite impressed that he was able to hold his breath for that long.
I'm pretty sure they don't really worry about breath.
I was gonna say, does Steppenwolf?
Pretty sure he can breathe in space.
Yeah.
so-
Can he breathe in space?
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
pretty sure
so
he's
that's
pretty
what I-
sure.
That's what I thought. I was like, wow, he's holding his breath for an awfully long time and doing okay. This is weird.
It's not okay. Now we're all hating on this movie.
I know. Sorry.
No, we are hating on this movie, and you know what? We have our moments of do we dislike and have moments we did like. Another moment we disliked, and I want to see if you people can stay with us till the very end of this to get to the moments that we actually really liked. Was the whole Superman on the farm again. Like, did Lois and the mom need to have that conversation inside of, like, that could have been on a phone call.
Unnecessary things.
Yeah, unnecessary things, like, especially like Bertie in the back. He hated the farm scene seemed to drag out. That scene could have been like maybe 3 minutes showing him, because here's the thing, like, they brought it up like you could bring back a monster. Understood. You brought Lois Lane in. Got you. He started coming back to his senses. Show him coming back to his senses. It didn't need to drag out as long as it did. Showing his mother pop up would have been literally that could have been the end of it. Like, she could have walked up to him and went, "How you doing?" He's like, "I'm good now. You know, it took me some time in the sun to let my brain recalibrate. I have to go fight." And the mom shows up, give her the hug, and take off. And then that would have been the whole scene. It didn't need to drag. You smell good. Wait, what? Hold on. Time out.
That was awkward.
That's
I've been riding in a box for like, I don't know how long. Few months. I haven't bathed.
This is disgusting.
Yeah.
But Kryptonian DNA. As Kyle overly asks, what are those pants made out of?
Right? Oh my god! The first thing he said in that theater, he goes, "What the hell were those pants made of?"
It's the one piece of superhero clothing that like never destroys. Is pants.
Never.
Absolutely nothing. Looks like we got somebody gardening outside.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh, hi.
My next door neighbor is apparently gardening.
Neat.
Okay.
Either that or that's
Testing out their snowblower.
possibly. But I mean, we can overtalk that. But I mean, other than that, than the dislikes. I mean, the Steppenwolf fight ended too quickly. I wasn't a fan of that. Barry Allen, like, seeing like any other speedster, like making your own speedster for this, calling him the Flash, not calling him Barry Allen, that would have made more sense. Saying like he could have been anyone else but Barry Allen. The step back on Wonder Woman was crap.
Yeah,
adding in a Green Lantern
Would have been nice.
would have been
been nice,
fantastic.
yes.
Would have been great. Now,
Even a nod of a Green Lantern.
besides the one at the beginning that gets his butt whooped by Steppenwolf, making Steppenwolf scary would have been nice. But I never got to the point where he was actually like fearful.
And that's,
That's everyone's problems.
But I think that's really coming with the budgets they have.
Oh yeah.
You go back to the
spend so
Tim-
much money on like
You go back to the Tim Burton movies,
they spent most of their money on the villains.
their villains had time to be on screen showing them why they're villains.
Yeah.
There's no screen time for villains anymore. I'm really worried about how much screen time they're going to give Thanos.
I'm
They're
hoping
going to build him.
it's a lot more screen time.
I don't know. They do it like how they did Steppenwolf. It was like he got like maybe 2 minutes of screen time, then disappeared again.
Steppenwolf. Yeah, he was backing off, but that's Warner Brothers. I'm hoping this goes a different direction.
We'll see.
Hopefully.
The
We'll
heist
see.
movie, yeah.
Nice.
It doesn't seem like a heist movie from what they're doing right now. The first one, at least, the first half.
We'll see.
Kind of more like a collector, really.
The Collector wasn't bad. I'm interested in that. But I mean, let's go into what we liked, and then we can quickly touch on the Avengers Infinity War trailer.
Okay.
Because we've hidden that. I want to get to it because it had so many like scenes and Easter eggs that I was very excited about. Mm-hmm. Now I just really wish I could figure out what that sound was. Birdman.
Pretty sure it's weed whacking outside.
I really hope it's not weed whacking outside. That's annoying. Now I really got to like put up like soundproofing on that window.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Probably.
it's not too bad. But what we did like, my favorite scene was something that they hid like a little bit under the radar, and it made me really happy. Like literally to the point where it was the first time I actually smiled in the film. If you remember in the previews, for those who haven't seen it yet, Batman's driving the car and he's doing all this stuff, and then but when he does it, he literally goes out there and he's like, "I'm gonna tank everybody. You guys go do the thing." As he's literally taking and mowing down all these parademons, if you listened very closely, on top of like the rock music they had playing, you heard the Kevin Conroy Batman Animated Adventures score playing in the background.
Oh God, yeah.
I literally just I perked up my seat. I'm like, yes, yes.
They don't did that.
This is my moment. This is the moment I'm happy. This is the moment I watched this movie for, was to hear that, and it made me in the Batmobile. holy crap, yes, it looked weaponized, but newer age, I understand that. But did you see the length on it? It looked like the Tim Burton, almost the Tim Burton-esque type Batmobile. Like they went away from like the whole tank version of that film.
Right. Yeah. It
Oh.
looked very close to the Batmobile. Yeah.
Loved it. Like it was also like it was like the animated series type situation. Awesome. Loved every minute of that. That was really cool. Kyle, what about you?
I love everything they did with the Speed Force, how they made everything look for that. Basically everything with the Flash, but the Flash.
How they explain how he actually
Yes.
explained the Speed Force, how they explain that he doesn't understand it yet, that it's like a force that it burns a lot of his calories, so he has to eat. Like that was really good.
Showing Superman turn his head and Barry just be like, that was good. That was funny.
Yep, it was
nod to their race at the end. Oh, perfect.
Oh my God, stay for the after credits for that.
And then the other after credit scene with getting rid of Riddler. I mean Luthor. Deathstroke showing up looks amazing.
Oh yeah, he did. He looked
definitely
perfect.
like Deathstroke.
It like you ripped him right out
Yes.
of Arkham Origins, even
Yes.
though I don't want to talk about that game.
They are pushing Legion of Doom.
I'll take it. I don't care about
So
that.
we'll see how that plays out.
Brainiac possibly showing up.
Ain't that like supposed to be covered like the next 4 films? They said
4 or
something
6, something like that. There's going to be a push on it.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. But basically, if Superman was in it, it's really not that good of a scene. And
I said, what you like?
Batman, get rid of those two, and you got a decent movie.
I liked Mira.
Yes.
You like
Oh
Mira.
yeah, Mira was great.
The small short scene with her was really great. I enjoyed it a lot. Aquaman was pretty enjoyable. That's actually about it.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Nah, fuck Superman. There you go. I mean, yeah, nothing, man.
Oh my God. I have to admit, I did enjoy the use of the Speed Force in this movie. I really liked how the Flash was using his powers the way the Flash would normally use his powers in a situation. Trying to get Diana's sword to her at the last moment while she's trying to reach it. He just kind of taps it. And I was like, oh, okay, yep, that sounds about right. Or when they needed his energy of the Speed Force to power the
Mother
mother
box.
cube, the mother box to
The
resurrect.
rebirthing chamber, yeah.
Yeah, to help out. And I was like, okay, yes, they got the idea. He has to be at a certain distance, get enough energy, enough force of momentum to power that up. That's great. I did enjoy Aquaman. I really did enjoy Aquaman. Everything about it was enjoyable. Let's see, what else did I enjoy about this movie? Superman almost catching the Flash, but Flash getting away at the last second, that was great. And then the race at that cutscene, that was a great moment too. I think that was pretty much what I really enjoyed from that movie.
All right. I did enjoy the Superman. Do you bleed? I didn't enjoy the CGI like over the mustache thing because he didn't want to shave.
So
Right.
Yeah.
he couldn't shave. It's not that he didn't want to.
Why couldn't he?
Because of Mission Impossible 6, Paramount wouldn't let him.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. All right, I didn't know that part. But like, do you bleed? Like that showed that he still had some precognitive
Yeah.
thing. What I didn't like about that scene though was the whole "you won't let me live, you want me to die." I'm like, but he already explained to you why he was doing it. You needed to rewrite Batman vs Superman to make that scene make a little bit more sense. But the
I
fact that
gotcha.
Batman fell, and you started seeing something like, okay, the weight's off my shoulders that this man's alive. And as soon as he fell, yep, something's bleeding. Oh, something's definitely bleeding. I'm like,
Yeah.
awesome. You know what?
Okay.
That is definitely. They tried to take the Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman back to the Justice League animated series, and you know what? At the end, when Superman was finally brought back into the picture, that's when I liked it. I'm like, I may have not liked every scene that Superman was in. I don't like what I get it that he represents, but the fact that he can die in this universe brings me that much more solace. He's not this omnipotent god. He said he's a symbol. Congratulations. Batman's a symbol too. Fear, hope, awesome. Got it. They're symbols. But Superman can die, and he's not some I just need time to revive thing. It's it's like New 52 Superman. I need to be like actually resurrected to be brought back. Let's hope we don't get rid of this chamber because shit can go down with Darkseid. Okay.
Right. Yeah, I gotcha.
If they do Darkseid now.
Yeah, I get it. But we need that chamber to bring Superman back. He's not some omnipotent god. Cool. He's actually got some humor behind him. Fine. But the third time about the death joke, I'm pretty good. I could have dealt with the first one, and I could have dealt with the very last one. The one stuff in between, I'm like, okay, got it. The fact that it's like, nope. When he ripped that apart, he's like, I can tank the blast. Well, I should be able to tank the blast. Let's hope it doesn't kill me again. And it's like he was talking. He's like joking around with Cyborg. He's like, I have no idea who the hell you are, but let's give it a go, man. Yeah. And then he blows it up. He's like, ow, hurts in my feet. I don't know how. Divine physics. It hurts in my feet. He's like, nope, would rather be dead. Did not miss this. I'm like, okay. They're laughing, they're joking. It's hilarious. Steppenwolf's still downstairs. You really probably should handle him before you start joking, though. But once again,
he'll run off with his tail between his legs.
But you really didn't need Superman at that point.
No.
Superman, like, you didn't really need Superman. But, like, the fear comment, Batman not punching Steppenwolf in the face, but making the whole, do you smell that? Fear. Like that right there, I'm like, that's animated. That's animated series right there.
Yeah,
and then at the end where she's like, I'm glad you're back. Oh, now she's glad he's back. Like that right there. Like that is literally like the scene of the animated series where they're literally walking down the stairs at the end of Ultimate. Or Limited, excuse me. And, you know, Batman had given all the villains a 5-minute head start. He's like, and Superman looks at him and goes, 5-minute head start, getting soft in your old age there, Bruce. And he goes, why don't you go jump over a tall building? Right. And Wonder Woman behind him going, boys. Like, literally, like, that's like, you know what? It was that kind of like kinship and that friendship. And then, like, now you're getting the Superman's like, how'd you get the house back? Bought the bank. The whole bank? Like, you get that feeling that Batman solves his problems with fists and detective skills. Well, Bruce Wayne solves all of his problems with money.
Right, yeah.
But that's the great part that I enjoyed about the animated series Batman. He didn't use his money selfishly for himself. He got Barry Allen the job over at at the police department to become a CSI crime scene investigator. So that's awesome. He's using his money and his influence to do what he can to help others. Everything that he did was to help others. I mean, like, what did Aquaman do at the end of that whole thing, by the way? Like, everyone else had, like, their ending scenes, and it made perfect sense. I just don't know what Aquaman was.
I'm pretty sure he went back to Atlantis to become king.
Okay, cool. I was double checking on that one. I don't remember. I remember
they didn't really show or say anything. But...
Yeah, because Cyborg did an upgrade on himself.
Yes.
Yeah,
which was cool. Wonder Woman was helping out people, shaking hands, handing out food. Flash got the job. Superman got his house back. Batman was building the Hall of Justice with Wonder Woman.
In Stately Wind Manor.
In Stately Wind Manor. Inside of Stately, which is still like Batman going, guys, this is my house. You get out and leave me alone. But the question is, like, if it's going to be like, it has to be hidden, right? Like, nobody else can know where this is at, because then it's like, wait. Bruce, wait a minute. Bruce Wayne's old house. Why would they get rights to that?
I mean, I think they had to, state a point for probably future reference, going like, well, they needed a reason for it to be attacked so that they could build a space station.
The Watchtower
does need to come into play somehow.
We need a Green Lantern for that. But like, I liked the nods to the animated series. I did like that, and it made me happy. And that's where I started liking. I didn't like Batman through the first half. I liked him being a dick and mind screwing with everybody, because that's what he does.
Batman?
That's being Batman right there.
Right.
It really is.
That's Batman. So him doing that, like, I enjoyed that. He made me a lot better than I thought it would, honestly. So
I still want to see Snyder's cut and what Joss Whedon changed on it.
you know what? Yeah, I would enjoy that too. I would not be bad. Just because Joss Whedon took over at the end there.
No, I got you. Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly, and it's not that we're like setting the bar low because of all the other DC movies.
It's already been set low.
I know. I'm not saying like I'm comparing this to the other DC movies, because I put this above some Marvel movies at this point.
Yes.
Like,
I would, yeah.
Because the other DC, once again, the villain problem that we're dealing with and everything else. So I'm like 50-50 on this whole thing. So I want to say, like, what do you give it, Cal?
7.
Chris?
Yeah, a good solid 7.
Solid 7, yeah.
I say 7.5, and I would go watch it again.
It's actually.
I would take my daughter to it.
It is an enjoyable movie, and I would recommend people watching it.
I mean, just before going forward, I'd say watch it.
Yeah, I would not sway anyone away from seeing it.
No, it was good. I did enjoy it. So something else that came out though So that's our closing chapter on Justice League.
One last Justice League thing. I don't know if
ahead.
any of you guys follow Kevin Conroy on Twitter or anything, but
I get pictures, yeah.
he tweeted out that him and the original voice for Diana want to do a reunion for the JLA and show them how to really make a Justice League.
Oh, love it.
And everyone needs to tweet at Warner to make this happen.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. And those guys, the voices have more sway than Ben Affleck ever will. Kevin Conroy and the original voices ever will, because they know for a fact, because they know the fans, they interact with the fans. He even said it when he was doing his interviews for Arkham City. If I don't believe Batman would say this, they're not going to believe Batman says this, because I am the voice of Batman. He's the voice of the Joker. He becomes the Joker. Mark Hamill becomes the Joker in the booth with me all the time. Like, you could see it on his face, and that no one will be. I don't give a fuck about Jared Leto. I don't give a fuck about Keith Ledger. I don't give a crap about any of those guys. That man right there has captured the insanity and everything to a pure point that, to me, those will always be it. And Kevin Conroy needs to get back together. They need to start making a new. They just started making a new series, but it was more directed towards kids, and I can get that. If you can get past the kids watching that, then you could pull them into the dark and grittier ones of Batman the Animated Series, where Batman's tanking nukes for Superman and things like that.
I agree. I mean,
My daughter has watched Justice League and Unlimited and Batman the Animated Series. Like, she's watched all of that, and she loves every minute of it.
Dark?
Not dark. Not dark.
I think she, I think she watched Batman Beyond too, didn't she?
She watched some of Batman Beyond. She's
Batman
watched
Beyond, nice.
Batman. She's watched Justice League War. She's watched Son of Batman. She's watched a couple of them. She's really enjoying, like, she loves the old stuff. She's beginning to like the new stuff. She loves Brave and the Bold. So
of course.
But that's every kid. Every kid loves
Yeah.
Brave and the Bold.
So he brought up Beyond with the rumors of Affleck wanting to step down and everything. Does where Justice League left off leave that door open for Terry McGinnis to pick up the mantle and come in for these types of movies?
No, Superman's too young.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like
Everyone's way too young in this situation.
Because they haven't changed things before.
It doesn't leave any door open. I swear to God, I'll burn Warner Brothers down. I'm kidding. I'll burn it to the ground at this point.
Just saying.
Don't say it's awful.
I don't see Terry McGinnis jumping
Now
in
that you
anytime
said, now that
soon.
you said it for public access to see, I'm pretty sure no one's gonna do it. Thanks, Kyle.
I really hope not. But
I
still,
hope not.
My still thing is still for a Batman Beyond movie to make it just absolutely perfect. We'll always still have the same idea. Kevin Conroy does Batman. Mark Hamill does the Joker. They raise two proteges. Let it go at it.
that would be awesome.
That has been my theory for like years now. I would love it because you don't need them to be in the mantle. You don't need them to be in the suits. You don't need them to do the action sequences because of their age. You just need them literally to put on makeup and speak lines like they always have. But you get to see it finally on their face.
Pretty sure they don't put on makeup to do voiceover.
No, I'm saying
Pretty sure they're still in their pajamas when they do voiceovers.
Maybe. I would be.
I definitely would be. But the point was, I'm saying, like, to get them on screen, you just need to put them on makeup. And I don't know I don't want to know what Mark does for method acting.
Then again, Hamill might have the purple suit.
I want the purple suit. Purple suit look awesome.
I bet he even has a trickster suit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Probably.
That was still my favorite video I've seen on there so far. Was Mark Hamill being kidnapped by two of his voices and being rescued by his other one. That was like, Mark Hamill talking to himself. Find me another actor. Find me another actor who can do that, okay? But yeah, no, I'll kill for that Batman Beyond for the future. If they could just stop what they're doing now. Just cut out with the crap, whatever they're pulling right now. And by the way, he did seem like Luthor was back to Riddler again. I was not happy with that.
Not at all.
The way he was speaking, it was pissing me off. Best actor, Jim Gordon? In this film?
Jim Gordon. Yep.
Jim Gordon was the best.
Jeremy Irons?
Jeremy Irons. I was going to say Jeremy Irons. My bad.
Jeremy Irons.
It was definitely Irons. I meant Irons on this one. But I like Jim Gordon's responses to everything.
I need an Alfred Solo movie.
I want an Alfred Jarvis crossover. And for you people who are watching this, understand that Jarvis was a real person before he was an artificial intelligence in the
Yes.
new
It can
movies.
cross over with Constantine and Strange.
Oh my Lord, bring them all together. Okay, just bring them together. Remember, he was always a person before he was an
Alfred and
artificial intelligence.
Constantine are British. They can have war stories.
Oh God, Alfred and Jarvis sitting in the freaking British Air Force just taking care of the stuff. All right, that was good though. Like I said, that's Justice League for us, and that's our hopes for the future. I'm hoping for something good. But in the same time this happened, they did release the Infinity Wars trailer.
Yes.
Yes, they did.
The Infinity Wars trailer was good. There's no joke about that. That
Yeah,
was good.
That was good. You're right.
I like to break it down. It was, you're happy to see more Doctor Strange. He's more than a cameo. I liked seeing Thanos. I like to see that he's like a little, I guess the atmosphere is what's affecting him, so he's a little lighter skin
Is that
tone.
where we're going with?
That's the only thing I can think of. I don't think
Okay.
I don't think Marvel would screw up that bad.
I think they just hired a different
I don't know.
makeup artist.
No, that's definitely CG.
It's all makeup.
That's all makeup.
Makeup in a foam suit.
Yep.
Let's say everyone here in this room loved. Get that man a shield.
yes.
So you see him running after that, and he's got
Still
two
doesn't have a shield.
bulky. No, he's got bulky arms, as if he's wearing like vambraces that can be snapped together like the new shields from the newer comics.
Oh, maybe.
okay.
Maybe.
So that's what I'm wondering.
Could be. Love the beard.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
yes.
Me and Mark.
yes.
Love the beard.
Love it.
My favorite scene, like, there's two of them, honestly, and the first one has to go to. Okay, first off, Loki. The fuck, man. Seriously, let's just get that out of the way.
Really?
Yeah, like, really, Loki? The fuck? We're doing this still?
You don't see that coming?
It's like, come on, man. You're screwing this up. Knock this off.
He's not a good guy.
I know he's not. It's so iffy with him when he's doing it. It's great. Did you really need a spider sense, though, to realize there's a giant ring in the sky?
I don't think he was paying attention, and
think-
that's why it just kind of went off. He goes, "Oh,
Yes,
Although I
because-
did like the suit they showed him wearing.
Oh,
Yes.
the Iron
awesome.
Spider, yes.
Yeah.
Iron
that's
Spider's
awesome.
Awesome."
But they really didn't give the sense that he had spider sense in the movie, so it's character development. Oh, I have this now.
Oh, yeah, no. My first thing is funny because it raised up, and I'm like,
That cost a lot of money.
There's a giant ring in the sky. Did you really need that to miss that one? Your whole class figured it out before you did.
Maybe it was for a different scene though.
But my favorite scene goes to one, Corvus Glaive ripping the stone out of Vision's head.
Oh hell yeah!
Yes.
Because I was wondering who was going to do it. I didn't know if it was going to be Thanos. I didn't know if it was going to be Proxima Midnight. The Corvus Glaive makes sense because his glaive does cut atoms, so he can't get any farther. I'm glad they're actually showing that because it shows you the despair of what's going to happen. You're going to lose Vision.
Oh, you're
one
going
way or
to.
the other. You're
I'm just
losing
hoping
Vision.
it's early in the movie.
Yeah, because I want him to come back. I want a Wonder Man cameo where he just takes over the body and doesn't need the stone anymore, and Vision comes back. Awesome, I'll take that. My second one here is
Killian confirmed?
Fillion confirmed. That'd make it great. My second one it's something that people like neglected, and it's nothing they showed, but something they implied. So he gets the Tesseract, obviously breaks it down into its gem form, takes it to the thing, drops it onto the gauntlet. If you looked at the gauntlet, there was something next to it, the blue one.
Yeah.
There was
that's
the
right.
purple one. Mm-hmm. Where was the purple gem the last time we saw it, Chris?
Novacore.
Xandar, sitting with the Novas. Mm-hmm. That means Thanos made a milk run to Xandar on his way here and tore them the fuck up.
God, I hope Ryder shows up in the sequel.
Wow.
I'm hoping like the planet's blowing up and Rich Rider really gets the world mind and he becomes the Nova Prime, getting the powers that he needs to become the human freaking rocket that he was supposed to be in the first place. Why the hell were they in spaceships? Okay. To get that out of the way.
John C. Reilly can't fly.
I see Riley dying. Everyone dying, really, except for one person, which Nathan Fillion confirmed. I know he's doing Wonder Man. I'm only kidding.
Already had scenes filmed as Wonder Man.
I'm only kidding. But like that means
Like Tony Stark.
But that explains totally why, like, the Guardians are involved in this at all. Is that Nova? Like everyone's like, oh, Guardians are here. It's because of Thanos. I'm like, yeah, but why the fuck would they care? They didn't know who Thanos was till 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Why would they care? Oh, because the entire Nova Corps just got ran the fuck over by somebody, and they got the stone taken away. Where's the Collector fall into this though? I'm waiting to find out when he shows up because he's
true.
got the Aether.
With the Grand Master. They shot shorts.
I
putting
don't
them
know about
together.
that. I didn't see that yet.
They're out somewhere.
Well, I've never seen it. I've never heard of it. It's not on our page.
Someone else can fucking post something.
You're the only one on your phone the whole time, just going through flip books the entire day.
I haven't seen it.
So I don't believe it. I don't. I want to say the grand. I want to say I want one of the collectors coming in for this, because he's got to come. We got to bring in the ether.
Do you think that he'd be probably like part of the group with Thanos that comes on to Earth?
Oh no!
Probably
They've
not.
already brought those 4.
I was
Well,
gonna say, 'cause
they're
that'd be
missing
weird.
one. They're missing one. They usually have 5, but they're only bringing 4 in this one. So I'm interested. I'm very how they're going to do this type
For the
thing.
first half of this movie, right?
Yes, there's both of they've at San Diego Comic-Con they've already like shown the statues of Corvus, Proxima, Black Dwarf, and Ebony Maw.
Okay. Yeah.
Which Ebony Maw, if people don't understand him anymore. It's like his powers. He only has one that he would lead you to believe, and you won't know the wiser, because everything about him is a lie. His power of persuasion actually convinces Doctor Strange to open up a portal to bring in Shumagorath to this world. That's how powerful a fortified mind like Doctor Strange, and he has no like power. It was literally him just talking to him in his mind, and he convinced him to do it. Like it was Doctor Strange thought it was a brilliant idea. You know, it's not a bad idea. Bring in Shumagorath.
Inception.
He's
Kind of.
he's that good at talking, but he's that good at talking. So if he tells you, "Nope, that's my only power," you really can't. You're gonna believe it's like literally he rolls a nat 20 in his perception rolls or his deception rolls all the time. Even Thanos really doesn't know it yet, or what his true power is. I know he screws with Thane for a while there. So I mean, Kyle, what about the rest of the thing? I mean.
I like him just knocking the fuck out of Tony Stark with one punch.
Yes.
That made me happy.
Made everyone happy.
I mean, you've already discussed everything else. That was really the last thing that.
What about the point that he brought up that he's like he doesn't think he's destroying the world, he's bringing balance to the world, to the universe. He brought that up. He said he's like bringing balance to the planet's not supposed to be fun, but this I enjoy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he doesn't say he's
Well, balance could also mean that destroying a form of chaos could also that's technically balance.
that's what I'm saying. He doesn't think he's destroying. He doesn't think he's murdering everyone. He
it's
doesn't.
just causing balance.
No,
He's bringing balance to the
That's
force.
basically straight from the comics. He was bringing balance to the underworld and to appease Lady Death.
Oh no, he wasn't bringing balance.
Oh no, he was. He was evening out the numbers. He was giving her more. There was more living than there was dead.
Okay, I had to reread Infinity Wars then because I don't remember it saying that.
More or less, it was along those lines, and that's why it was. There goes 50% of the population. Are you happy yet?
Oh, because he was just trying to bone her.
Yeah.
What do you think his ruling is now, though, Chris? There's no death in this. No Lady Death. There's no Lady Death, Kyle. They haven't cast her, and they don't know if they're going to do her yet because she belongs to the Deadpool as well. And she's also technically was it a celestial being, technically?
No, their rights should be with Disney Marvel, but
I don't think so.
I just think she's way too out there to.
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
We brought in Dormammu, and this is way too out there.
No, we didn't. We brought in a cloud monster.
Oh god, Lady Death will be a cloud monster now?
Confirmed.
Lady Death, Cloud Monster, confirmed. But she'll be pink, just so we can identify her
Because she's
gender.
a lady.
Come on.
Just so we know that she's Lady
We'll get
Death.
a
pink
smoky
mist.
sugar skull looking thing coming up.
It's the pink mist.
The pink, oh geez, the piss miss. All right, Chris, you're Thanos now. What is
Oh, God.
if it's not Lady Death, if it's not to bring balance to, what do you think his driving motivation is? Because it's not just him in his own mind. I want to balance out, because he's got to have a number for some reason to balance out this world. What do you think it is? Who do you think it is? Who do you think's driving Thanos to do this?
Who could be driving Thanos?
Well, I mean, Lady Death was driving him for a while there, and that was his one true love that understood him.
Quite honestly, I don't even know when it comes to the Mad Titan, for the movie at least.
I know, that's my problem too.
I don't know what would be driving him like this. I mean, like, this shit's mine, I'm gonna take it back? I got nothing on this one, honestly.
Marcus?
It's hard.
Well, without the drive of Lady Death, I think he's just an asshole.
See, that's the problem. They've shown him in a chair. He's had like three
I
lines
think-
over 30 movies.
To be perfectly honest, I think the fact is like, oh, there are more powerful beings coming out of this one planet, and it just keeps happening over and over and over again. Oh wait, you mean to tell me that there's a human that actually was able to hold one of the stones without dying? I gotta check out this world.
I don't think he never got that notice.
That wouldn't even. I don't even think
I'm
that
sure,
would motivate.
I'm
Thanos,
sure.
though.
I'm sure he would have heard about it, but then it would be out of his character because to him these are blips. They're not.
I mean,
All
the
of it's a blip.
champions haven't even been introduced or mentioned, so no one's gonna try picking fights or anything.
I really think he's just there to collect the stones.
But
and then,
why is the question?
Because
That's what I'm curious about.
That's Marvel's problem, though. They haven't
given it yet, right?
haven't given anything.
Did they mention? I know Loki asked for his help.
He asked the Chitauri help.
He asked, but
He never
they
he
went
never
to,
directly spoke with Thanos.
no,
No.
but they went to him and explained like, oh, shit went down on Earth, and he kind of goes, okay,
The Chitauri have been taken out on Earth, and the Tesseract has been found.
down, yeah.
Interesting.
And that was pretty much it. So I don't know where the motivation came in. It's just I know for a fact that Loki kind of he threw the pebble into the pond, and the ripple kind of happened, and now he knows that more of the stones have showed up on Earth.
Oh, no, none of the stones have shown up on Earth. Only three have shown up on Earth technically,
three
but the Tesseract's not even there anymore.
I know, but 3 out of how many?
6?
Out of 6. That's 50%, and of course you have to go to Earth to collect the last few remaining. He goes, I'm gonna go collect those things, probably fuck shit up, and I'm probably gonna leave.
Like you don't even see Hulk fight him yet. Like it seems like he's literally just gonna show up, beat the crap out of Tony, and leave.
Yeah,
And that's gonna be the first movie.
yeah. All I want,
And then
all I want are
George
the stones.
Clooney, Brad Pitt, and Matt Damon will come back. And
All right, all right. I just want to know here, Kyle. They have not announced yet. Where's the Soul Stone?
Wakanda?
Oh, geez, Mark, where do you think the Soul Stone's at?
Over and over again, people keep saying Heimdall's eyes, and I go, I don't think so.
No, that's just stupid.
I was like, I don't think so, because that doesn't make any sense. Why would he have the Soul Stone behind his eyes?
Why would he be able to not blow up from it?
Why is the Mind Stone with Vision and not Adam Warlock?
The Soul Stone was with Adam Warlock.
Then bring fucking Warlock in.
We've tried that already. They've screwed that up inside of Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
I don't know where it's at, really. Maybe
No, they brought that in perfectly for 1.
maybe it's within someone.
Chris, if you had to take a stab in the dark, if you can't say Adam Warlock because he's not really anything yet, where do you think the Soul Stone's at?
It's in Fox with X-Men.
Wow.
Really?
I'll allow it.
It's with the Phoenix Force. What's the Phoenix Force? Oh, Jesus.
It is the Phoenix Force.
We can't explain the Phoenix Force because the Shi'ar Empire doesn't exist. It hurts so bad.
Though from everything I read, it should exist by the end of the year.
The universe. Oh, wait. So, the Phoenix Force will or the Shi'ar Empire?
Both?
Wait, you're talking about where's the Shi'ar Empire sit? Isn't there a Galactics for, aren't they with Sony?
No.
Are they with Fox as well?
They're with Fox as well because Fox owns Fantastic Four. They
Thank
own
you,
the
it's Fox
entire
and Fantastic Four, and
cosmic
those-
entities.
No, that's awesome. That'd be great. Hey guys, remember everything you forgot? Retcon! We're starting over. Yes.
Again.
No.
Fantastic Four origin movie. Go.
We're gonna do
Quick, fan cast.
What?
No. I got this better. They're all in high school still with Peter Parker.
Oh my
I'll
lord,
allow
no!
it.
You know, I'll take it. I would actually kill for Infinity War. They say they buy it, say they get the rights before Infinity Wars comes out, and they literally, Peter, do you see that? I don't know, Rich. What do you mean, Richards? Grim, do you see what's going on out there? I don't know. What about Sue? Sue, do you see it?
God damn it, Johnny!
Johnny, quit screwing with the driver. It's literally just down the line. They introduce the entire Fantastic Four. No, don't you do it.
Damn it, Victor!
Victor, quit, Victor, get off your Game Boy and pay attention.
Oh God.
We have our new transfer student, Victor Von Doom.
His name is his
all
last
the way
name is
from
Doom?
Latveria.
What you got? Though? Who would you Who would you cast as adults, though? I say Jessica Alba back as Sue Storm. Get her career back.
don't think she wants her career back. It's a good question.
Anyone shoot anybody. The mountain has to be the thing. Hathor Bjornsson has to be the thing. Let's get him in here. I feel like that one's just necessary.
Oh man.
Okay.
It's like I could see it. And that's the problem. We can't cast them anymore because half the actors we'd use are now gone. Oh, jeez. All right. Well, I think I'll call that one. Anybody on our Facebook page or on YouTube or on Twitch that want to fan cast us and tell us what you guys think. If you think that if they got the rights back, which should happen soon, and you think that they will do it, who do you think should be it? Who do you think should do it? And we'll come back with that at some point. We may put up our results on Facebook at some point. Next week will be a cast of, we don't know yet. I haven't really sat down to think about it. I've had like a thought process of just knocking things out, and this was the last one technically on my list. Probably more towards the end of this year, we'll start doing some top 10s for 2017.
I mean, we could finally talk FMA.
We could, but I'm waiting for FMA to come out.
It's out.
I need to watch it then.
I thought we were talking the anime before we watched
We
live
talked very little about it when we talked Black Clover. we talked very little about it.
I don't think we talked about it.
I mean, it's really hard to talk about an anime that's technically that old without doing an entire episode on just bringing it back in after we've already spoken about it. This is a conversation for another time, though, not now. But I do want some top 10s possibly for 2017 and top fives, bottom fives, what we thought was the worst of the worst, possibly. And we'll do video games, movies, comics, the whole shebang. We'll bring some people on. Maybe we'll get Dylan out here to have him do his own top 5 and see what he thinks.
Okay.
Anybody else want anything to add? Tack on the end here?
I thought the original Reed Richards was all right.
That was that. And the winner for left field ball of the day goes to Chris.
Amadeus Cho is getting his own Planet Hulk.
World War Hulk, which is going to be great.
See, you made
hope he dies.
See, he made himself happy, and you just had to tear him down, man.
Hi, have we met?
Yeah, I know.
And finish this off, Steve. I did not know that someone from Hulk 4 was at from Thor 2 was at Geek Out 4.0. That's pretty cool.
Huh.
All right.
Didn't know that. I wish I would have known. But once again, this is if anybody has nothing to tack on the end, Mark, closing words.
Yes.
Awesome, Chris.
Hail Barbados.
Help. Kyle.
Sure.
Those are definitely words. Good job, team. Technically, you guys fail because those are closing word, and that's not what I asked for. Way to screw it up, you two.
Well, fuck you
Chris
too,
finally
then.
Chris finally passes something above Kyle.
Hooray.
All right, this is Bruce the War Chief Hoover.
Mark the Dwarf Kokiagic.
Chris Fortune Vasquez.
And Kyle Darth Cooch Cookenbecker. You see, that name sounded so much better the way he
It's
said it.
because you guys haven't heard it the other way enough. It's gonna become a thing in my head.
not
No, it's
becoming a
never
thing.
doing a thing.
Shut
You're
up,
not
all-
making it happen.
Shut up, two of you. Thank you for remaining quiet. I thought you're just too small and the voice hasn't reached my ears yet.
I am judging with my beard. That is what I'm doing.
He's judging with his
And
beard.
my beard's better. So, all right. Thank you guys. You guys have a wonderful. Everyone who joined us on Twitch, you guys have a great night. Great day. It's only the middle of the day. I gotta go bowling.
Shave my head.
Yeah, Chris has got to go shave his head.
Yeah.
All right. You guys have a good one. And remember, go see Justice League.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
go see
definitely
Justice
see
League.
it.
Skip Thor. Go see Justice League. You'll never hear us make that argument again.
No.
Oh, yeah.